Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo and welcome to my scrapbook table. Today I'm using some materials from the kit that I built for the Counterfeit Kit challenge, which I'll have a link to. Here is how I store this stuff for the month, and I am using some material from Maggie Holmes' Woodland Grove collection. I have these two photos. This will start the section of my album about our visit to Phipps Conservatory in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm going to rough up the edges with my edge distresser from Some Assemblage Required. And just because of the scrap of this paper that I had left, I had to cut it in half and then have a seam in the middle of the page. It doesn't show in the end. I'm not bothered by that at all. And especially with the edge distresser and the edges roughed up, that helps camouflage that edge as well. So this paper has leopards and peacocks and some other kind of bird, maybe a stork or a heron. I don't know. I'm not a bird expert. But in the end, all but one of the leopards was covered up, so it worked out okay. And it was a good way to bring in that cardstock from this kit that's the 6x12 piece of this layout. It's not my favorite color, but it really does work with these photos, so I was glad to get at least half a sheet of that used up. Now I'm thinking about the title, and I saw a challenge this week to just have, other than your journaling, to just have one word on your layout. And so I am using the word Phipps for my title, and that is my one word, other than a little tiny bit of journaling on a tab that you'll see in a moment. So I added that sticker to the left there that actually looks like a conservatory, and a few foam stickers, a little camera, and a flower. Another one of those flowers will go toward the bottom of the layout. And there's my title. And I love these stickers, are like they're thickers, I guess, but they don't show up well enough on this busy background paper. And I looked through the other alphabets that I had pulled, and I didn't have enough of the letter P to spell out Phipps. So I decided, I decided to use these and make them work. And I decided just to add some gray marker on the top of them. I actually did 2 coats, and you can still see the faint grid that's on the background of the letters, but now they stand out really nicely against the busy background. So I was happy with how that turned out. It was a good way to use these. And there's gray in the patterned paper, and there's also gray that I used to map my photos. So here I just jotted down that we visited Phipps Conservatory and the date, which was July 5th of 2024. There will be journaling on the next couple of pages, at least some extensive journaling on one of them about Phipps Conservatory. And so it's fine for me to just have that little bit here. I did decide to peel up this sticker and put a label behind it and have it stick out from the left of that tree photo. I don't know. I'm not sure that it really served any purpose. I could have easily done without it, but it kind of made that embellishment cluster have a more significant presence, more of a base to build on. So that's what I did. Then I pulled out these wood veneer butterflies because it needed something else and I didn't know what. But I didn't want them to go on as wood veneer, and I thought about trying to color them with my paint pens, and I knew that would not turn out well. They would just be... I'm not good at that sort of thing. So I looked through my stuff and I'm like, oh, I have these stone drops from Nuvo and they have a nice texture to them. Like they're gritty. And so I thought, I'm just going to cover these butterflies with stone drops from Nuvo. The color I'm using is called Chalk White. And you probably can't see it well right now, but in the still shots at the end, you'll be able to see the texture that these drops give my wood veneer. So I was really pleased. I didn't know how it would turn out, but it worked out pretty well. And they were a nice addition to the layout when I just wasn't sure what else to put on them. So here I go, adding the butterflies. I just did one at the top, one in the middle, and then one in the bottom right. And that drew the attention to the title, the main embellishment cluster, and then just that little tad bit of journaling I have at the bottom. If you ever get a chance to visit Phipps Conservatory in Pittsburgh, it's a beautiful place. The building is gorgeous. There are so many different types of gardens inside, and there's also a changing theme in some of the rooms. So I'll tell you more about that in another layout where I show some of that. But it's a really beautiful place. It's very peaceful, and we really enjoyed our visit there. We were tired by the end because we had already done a couple other things that day and spent quite a bit of time out in the heat. So we were tired by the end. We would have stayed a little bit longer, but we were just worn out for the day and needed to head out. So now I'm just putting on a few little, they're not really enamel dots, but they're enamel shapes. There's like a little diamond, little circles, and little hearts, and I just chose the colors from this little piece that I had left that match some of the colors in that background paper. Excuse me. I'm just about done here. We're coming up to the end. The still shots will be here in a moment. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do really appreciate you watching my videos. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. There's the texture on one of those wood veneer butterflies. And I hope you get to create something in your own scrapbook room soon. Thanks so much. Bye.